So I guess just one more thing I wanted to ask you about is and if you don't want to answer, on air or whatever, that's fine. But what specific? Because I asked you what conspiracies have you looked into yourself? What specifically have you looked into? And then like, do you want to talk about that, or because you said
Okay,
you
a little bit. Let's see. What was the first conspiracy I ever really dug into? Um, I looked into JFK.
what
That
did
thing.
okay what
I
did
think a
you
lot of people were very interested in the JFK thing. It's a big common conspiracy.
what was your conclusion on that investigation? The
My conclusion was that, oh my God, there's a lot of really hokey stuff here. But the best available information we have is it's exactly like the Warren Commission said.
hmm,
That doesn't mean that they are right. It just means that's the best evidence we actually have. And everything else that we have is speculation and wacky stuff. Wacky stuff that just doesn't fit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
See, yeah,
pieces of
because
the puzzle. It's
dude,
like we have a puzzle and we're like, I think it's a picture of a horse.
yeah,
But
there's so many
but
different
there's like a
avenues you can
bunch of
go
pieces
down
that don't fit.
for that one. Yeah.
Does that mean it's a picture of a cow? No, I mean it could be a cow, but I think it's a horse.
Yeah. I think whatever happened was constructed in such a way that it allows for multiple conspiracies within conspiracies. Because I don't know like how deep you went on that. Do you know about Zebroider or anything like that, or Freemasonry and like yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Young
know about
Desert
that?
says MK Ultra, Tuskegee, lots of mess up government stuff that is real.
Yeah.
I never really researched those, but they're
Oh,
public.
bro.
They're acknowledged, right? They're
Yeah,
real.
they're the MK Ultra stuff is insane, bro. The shit that they
Yeah,
allege that they can do and stuff like that. And the Stigi stuff is insane, bro. I don't know if
it's
you looked into
insane.
that, but that shit's nuts. I mean, absolutely insane. And then,
Mhm.
yeah, we should probably talk about something else.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk about that stuff too deeply because
Yeah,
it's
too
deeply
too deep.
disturbing.
But yeah, it's it's
Let's
it's
just
it's
use it
insane.
to agree that there
Yeah,
are government conspiracies where our government has committed atrocities.
yeah.
That I am not saying that's not true. It is
And
true.
and I would take it a step further and say it's not even just the quote unquote government. I would say there's a level above that, a financial interest or whatever, some sort of
I don't know if I
could
would
be,
call it
they
above
could,
it, but I would say
yeah. Oh, bro. Oh,
finances
bro.
have also
Bro, do you
done
think, bro? Do you
like,
think do you think Joe Biden like does things and like writes stuff down? Like, there's a
well,
0% chance, bro. It's all illusion. It's all it's all for show.
right,
There
right.
absolutely
I know you think
no.
that, because you've completely embraced at this point.
Yeah, I
You've
mean,
gone from
true.
there are real conspiracies. You've gone all the way to everything's a conspiracy.
Well, when i- i- you can read books where they brag about it. I mean, so it's like, like is it a conspiracy? They brag about how it's a show. They brag about how they've constructed systems to keep people enslaved. Like, so slavery has been around since as long as the first two people, though the first guy that didn't want to do some shit and was like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna threaten this guy. There's been slaves since forever, right? And the idea that we've, ended slavery and all that shit, dog, that's such a trick. They've been managing
Um,
people and systems for generations, bro.
yeah, I think you're losing me
Yeah, I
with
feel you.
that. You're
It's all
going
good.
you're
All
going
good.
like off the deep end with that.
All good. All
Um,
good.
right? So I'm going to agree that Tuskegee was epic, unbelievable. Let's don't go there. But oh, we're still slaves. Come on, man. I get
Yeah.
paid for what I do. And
You
by
get paid
definition, that
you
means
get
I'm not a
paid you get paid in fiat currency though, which is a system constructed to keep people in a state of debt. And
right.
it can never be repaid. So like
That is not. You
you're
should
quote
just
unquote
look up what slavery means.
were you okay,
That's not it, right? That's
were,
not what
were,
that means. That word does not mean that.
did you feel that you were free to take a medical procedure recently?
Let's
Like how
let's
free
just.
are we, bro? Like because there's elements to it. No,
There's limits to how free
I
we are.
I dude,
There's limits.
exactly, and there shouldn't be.
No,
on
no, no, no. There
on
should
so
be limits.
no.
I don't want you to come to my house and stab me. There should be a
No.
limit.
No, and I no,
My
but if I
government should
but
protect me from that.
no, you should
Okay.
protect yourself from that. If someone comes to your house, you fucking smoke them, bro.
All right.
That's all.
Okay.
No one's
So
gonna.
no, I don't agree.
You
I
don't agree
don't
that you
agree
should be
with
able to
the
defend
anarchy
yourself.
model.
That's not an anarchy model, man. That's just basic shit. Like if someone who's gonna, I live in a rural area. If
Let's
someone
let's stick to. We're
who
going far off the mark at this point.
well, hold on a sec.
Okay.
I don't mean to get far off the mark because I find this part of society really interesting, where people have a different opinion on that kind of stuff. And if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. But I just wanted to, if you don't, if you don't, um, yeah. So anyway, I'm interested in how you view it, and I'm trying not to say anything too conspiratorial or anything, but I'm saying like I think it's fascinating that you don't think that you should have the personal responsibility to protect yourself, because that's how people become slaves. You're
No,
now a slave to
no,
the person
I
that's going to
don't think
protect you,
so.
bro.
I don't
Absolutely.
think
Have
that
you ever
that's
been to
how
prison?
people become slaves. No.
Have you ever been to prison? If you can't protect yourself, somebody else will protect you, but it's going to cost you something. And it's
Sure. That's
so
division of labor. That's how humans have succeeded.
right.
Right? We're not solitary animals. We are social animals. The reason we have risen to dominate the earth is because of our groups that we form. The groups that we form allow us to have one person farm and another person make clothing and another person build farm instruments and another person raises horses. And that's how we're successful. That's how we rose from not being apes anymore. Right?
Fair point, but I would say to that, when
if you take a human out of society completely, that's harsh. You're back to Stone Age. Right? You have to build your own tools, sharpen your own sticks, try to stab something to eat, right?
okay,
The reason humans don't have to do that is because we agreed to work together as a group. And that means we don't stab each other.
Yeah. So
right?
yeah, psycho muffin SDM. So in California, where someone breaks into your business and steals from you, and the police don't arrest him and don't even give him a citation, like your taxes and stuff are like, they don't mean anything. It's all illusionary.
If that were true,
to keep you in a state. It is true, bro. You can look up the stuff that, bro. What do you mean
if that
if
were
it is
true,
true? It
you'd have a
is,
point. But once again, you don't.
bro.
You have a very different view than most of us do.
So
right?
the fleeing business owners that are tired of homeless people shitting in front of their business and stealing from them are fleeing California because it's not true. Like, that's absolutely true. And
okay, let me just challenge your statement
go ahead.
with factual evidence.
Okay.
Is the population of California shrinking? That should be factually available piece of information.
I haven't looked into it, but I mean, if it's shrinking or not.
Because people are fleeing from California?
Bro, I don't know if we can even accurately say how many people are in California because of illegal people sneaking in and shit. So I don't exactly know how that all I know is a lot of business people are fucking leaving, bro. Because the police aren't protecting them. That guy's point was the police are there to protect them, but they're not, and people are leaving. So whether or not,
let me rephrase what you said, with a little bit more truth to it. You have heard from people that many people are leaving. You don't actually know how many people are leaving.
Don't have an exact figure, no.
You don't. You don't know. Because the answer to the question is California is still increasing in its population because more come than leave.
And a lot of those people are coming there to shit in the street and steal from people, though.
So, and it's a problem.
So and California has really nice weather too. So people are always going to come there regardless of the shitting or not. But that guy saying that taxes and the police are there to protect you and stuff, that's
And
Good
there
luck,
are
man.
people
Good
who
luck.
say the police will not protect us. There are people
They
who say
won't.
that.
Have
Yes.
you ever seen First Amendment audits? They're not there to protect you, bro. Like
Okay.
they're there. I
Let's
mean,
let's
yeah, we're getting off topic. I'm sorry,
we're
man. We're that's
super way off
yeah,
topic. But I
yeah.
think
Gotcha.
where we should come back to is that you see the world through a lens of uh, you do not trust, do not like our social systems. Is that right? Is that fair?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Say that again. I was reading that guy's comment.
You do
Sorry.
not like, you do not trust our social systems that we have, our
I don't.
governments,
I
our
don't
police
trust.
systems,
Yeah, I
our
don't trust what's been
schools.
established.
You don't like that stuff.
No, because it infringes on us under the illusion that it's there for our protection and that they're doing good and stuff.
And
And
in
it,
a conversation where we're here to talk about
yeah,
space and vacuums,
yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. This was something that I was
where we
personally interested.
inevitably landed
Yeah,
is homelessness. People and the police don't protect us. Okay, so I do not think those are disconnected. This is my entire hypothesis at this point, is that those are tightly woven together. That if you have a mentality like yours, that's where flat earth comes from. And if you have a mentality like mine, flat earth would seem like complete nonsense.
yeah. I could see where you're. I could see that.
Yeah. And where I go to the next step is, because we inevitably land at this point in the conversation, that's what's really important to you. That's what it's really about. It's not about that the vacuum of space will suck our air out, because when we talked about it, let's rewind for folks from 3 hours ago. We talked about it. You didn't actually have a reason why the vacuum would suck the air out. You had nothing. So that wasn't really what it was about. It was really about this other stuff.
Well, I thought I had an understanding on that I didn't.
Well, that's what
So
I mean, is because when
okay,
someone told you that, you accepted it because they were part of your group.
fair.
And you formed that group not because of vacuums, because you didn't go into this saying, yeah, vacuums have to, it must be a container. You went into it saying, our society sucks.
Wait, did I go in saying that?
I think so.
At the beginning,
you went in, you
I don't
started
remember
with
that at the
society
beginning.
sucks and landed at flat earth.
Oh, no, yeah, no, you're right. I'm sorry. I was misunderstanding what you were saying. Yeah.
I don't mean tonight you didn't start there.
Yeah. Got you.
I mean, in your personal journey, you started with society sucks and landed at the earth is flat.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
the other
not
way
th
around.
yeah, I wouldn't even say really. I don't know how to express it, man. I wouldn't even say really that society sucks. I would say that people have been, have been herded into, no, I'm sorry, not herded. Society, they've been, socially engineered to accept stuff that is really bad, and not have the ability to, think for themselves and stuff. And I think to that point, so I didn't know about, I didn't have a good grasp on the vacuum thing, but most people don't understand the heliocentric model either. So, I think that's an intentional result of, of of how we're managed with this divide and conquer strategy. We're kept in this state where, um, it's not, this is the outcome of it.
I would say that I agree with you, only I would say it in a slightly different way. I would say humans could not be successful unless we divide our labor. That's the only way we can succeed. We aren't big. We don't have claws. We don't have fangs. We're not that fast.
Not
We're
that I
not
don't. Not, hold on a sec. Not that I
super
fully
predators.
under. Yeah. Got you.
right? We're not super predators, but we are the top predator on the planet. And that's because we cooperate.
Yeah. Not that. Yeah, I got you.
And that's just what you said is I don't have to know everything, right? I don't need to know everything because I live in a society where there's somebody else near me who does know that.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get away from that. I'm trying to like understand more things.
Exactly. You're trying to get away from it. You like to go back to the Stone Age?
I would like to be in a position where I knew how to like do shit and figure shit out and like build things. Yeah, of course.
Well, sure,
Dude,
there's something to that,
I
but
mean,
you're
I
going to
mean,
learn like surgery and are you going to learn dentistry? Are you going to learn to sew?
I
Where are
mean,
you going to draw the line?
I'd definitely be down to learn to sew. That's a useful
Yeah,
skill.
sure,
But
sure, but you
I
can't learn
mean,
it
and
all. If you tried to learn everything, you don't have enough time in a human lifespan to learn everything.
yeah, no, I feel what you're saying. You're right.
The way we succeed is many of us spend 20 years plus learning something, right? We learn the basics and then some of us will learn, specialize, like the doctors will specialize for 8 years extra to learn this. If we all did that, that's 8 years for each of us. And then what? What are we going to do next? We're going to learn farming and we're going to learn hunting and we're going to learn every other thing, right? There's just not enough time in a human lifespan to learn all that. So what we do is we say, okay, I'm going to learn dentistry. You learn surgery. Somebody else learns farming. You learn to work on engines. You learn to mine materials, right? And then we'll get together, and together we can build something. We can accomplish something that we just could not as individuals.
Yeah, I feel you, man. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just you're right.
And so I think that's what
You're
flat
right.
Earth is. Flat Earth is saying, yeah, no. Is they saying, yeah, no, we're not doing that. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't get it.
Yeah. I just think if you are too complacent with that stuff, you'll end up falling for one of those things that we can't talk about.
Well,
And
yeah,
that's
that's true.
and
There's bad stuff. There's bad stuff, and that's where fraudsters and liars dwell, right?
yeah.
People are out there that will prey on the fact that we don't know everything. Like, how many times have you just been
And
to the
they'll
car
and the
mechanic and they cheated you, right?
yeah. Right. And yeah, well, yeah, they'll use that status to push agendas and change social behavior and basically social engineer people. I mean, I know fuck it
Okay,
sucks it sucks we can't talk.
maybe,
I mean, it's not really a
maybe they do,
maybe.
but you've got no evidence, right? You just are speculating.
I could see it happen in my life with all the people that had to, do a thing that they didn't want to do because they got, threatened.
Yeah,
So,
that's part. Yeah, that
oh,
is part of the program. The
I mean, that's,
society
I mean, I
will
mean that
threaten
that's fucked,
individuals
bro.
who don't want to do something into doing what the society wants. That's how it works. Yeah, that's true.
But so let me ask you this, dude. What society, didn't just decide that they wanted people to do that. That came down from, from an agenda point of view. Like that came down from,
No,
yes, it did. Dog,
no.
dude,
See,
bro.
you imagine that there's a they that isn't part of society.
There is though.
There's
And
a
they write
they,
and
but
they
they're
and they write
part
and they
of
write and they write
society.
book and they write books about it.
There is no they that is not also us.
I see what you're saying, but also no. They are and they write books bragging about how they're not. So if
Maybe
you
you oughtn't to read those books,
I mean,
right?
I've read excerpts from them. I haven't read the whole
Maybe
things,
you
but I
shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't be. Maybe you're reading a lot of really negative stuff. I don't know. If I was the evil they, I
mhm.
sure as hell wouldn't write a book about it. Right? Come on. Right?
I see what you're saying, but there's aspects to that that you haven't. looked into or heard about.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. We all see things through our own experiences. I acknowledge absolutely that you know stuff about this that I do not.